I really have learned from Carolyn in the last few years a love of American music. And if I could give something back to her, I wanted to create a concert that went through a wide variety of styles, so that it started with the earliest of American musics, church music, folk songs, spirituals that were brought over by African American slaves. And I wanted to progress all the way through jazz and the influence that rock and roll had on music to things early to present day. We had, I think, our latest piece.
I think there's also been a tremendous influence between African American roots in music and Caucasian, if I can say that, popular music. There's been a lot of crossover in there. I mean, as soon as we went through the beginnings of jazz, then a lot of white composers and white writers were picking up on how those rhythms reflected something different than maybe some old, more European-based.
A lot of the music on the concert was associated with a war. For example, R. Lee speaks of a simpler time from the people going through the Civil War, wishing they could go back to how things were before. And then you've got something like Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, which was a way for the women to go and remind the men of what they were protecting back home and what they were fighting for.
Beach Boys were in that sort of what I call bubblegum rock. You know, I don't have any idea if that term is correct or not, but where it was strictly for fun, for dancing, for social gatherings. Let's face it, all this music is meant to draw people together. Anyway, look at it.
My grandma had an upright piano, and she had this Hammond organ. She was a church organist, and she was a really stern lady. She wasn't very warm and friendly. But I'll tell you that every Sunday we'd go to visit, the house would fill with people, and she would go to either the piano or the organ, and we would sing. And she used to bring me over to the piano, especially because she knew I loved to sing, and she loved to sing with me. And she is the one that instilled in me just a love of music and singing, and it was Beautiful Dreamer. And then My Blue Heaven and My Grandfather's Clock.